Hi everyone, welcome to Code and Chill. Um, as usual, I would like to give you a quick context as to what we are trying to do here. So the main focus is not to solve a question in the LeetCode 75. This is more of a crutch for us to look into a topic, try to understand it to a certain level, gain some familiarity. If whatever questions that comes to my mind, I'll go ahead and use ChatGPT to get some answers, and through that become more and more familiar with some of the fundamental concepts in computer science and have fun along the way. And solving the question will be sort of a bonus or a byproduct of it. Hope you are excited to join me on this journey. So let's get started. So till now we have solved questions from different concepts. Today I chose one with stack. So we have not done any stack related questions. Also, for a change, let's use JavaScript, as one of the viewers wanted to see questions in or answers solved using JavaScript too. So what is the question? So given a string S which contains stars, so we can see the example, which is always helpful to understand. So there are stars, there are some other characters. In one operation, you can choose a star in S. Interesting. So we can choose a star, remove the closest non-star character to its left as well as the star. So we are supposed to remove the star as well as the one non-star character which is closest to it on the left side. So T and the star needs to be removed, and this is the resulting string. Now, there is the string S here. In Java, if we go and see, it is of the type string. In JavaScript, there is no type specification beforehand. So if that is required, there is a wrapper called as TypeScript that can help with that. Anyway, so this is a variable which is of the type function or assigned a function. Okay, so just like every problem, to just get a quick understanding or kind of dip the toe in water, just to test the water, so to speak, let's look at the brute force approach here. So basically, using this example, we can see if we understand the question first of all. So it looks like, let's say we encounter a star, right? If I am thinking in terms of arrays, I will start moving from here, or if I'm thinking in terms of a linked list, I'll still be moving one at a time. But now, I'm just looking at it. I'm not constraining myself with any existing concept. So I just say, okay, I found a star, and I'll remove the letter closest to it. I found a star, and I remove the letter closest to it on the left. Found another star and remove the non-star letter closest to it, and this is the answer. Okay. Well, this is not brute force. I would say just trying to solve the question rather. Found the star and the non-star, star and non-star, star and non-star. Well, one thing I just noticed when I was doing this is I didn't start from here, rather I started from here. So let's say if I had started from here, what does that mean? So I see, okay, there is a star. I try to find the non-star, which is E. So I could still technically remove this and this, remove the closest non-star character to the left, as well as remove the star itself. So if I had come from the other side, you can see I'll remove this star and this letter, which is slightly different operation. Okay, that was interesting to note. So let us see what other patterns we come across here. And we have a clue too that stacks would be a really good option. Now coming to this example, or even if this example, if we take into consideration, right? Now, if I'm going in this direction, that means I'm going from if this is considered as left and this is considered as right. And if I'm moving this way, that means I'm going from right to left, right? So if we move from right to left, what would happen? So we found a star. It's possible we find another star, and then we need to find the letter that is closest to it on the left side. So going from the right to left can be a problem, but when you're going from left to right, as soon as we encounter a star, we know the letter that is just beside it is non-star, because that's why we proceeded to the next letter. So that way, going from left to right makes more sense. So if that is the case, let's say, considering we start from the leftmost letter. If we encounter a star, delete the star and the letter just before it, and let's say we are going to assign it to a new variable. Okay, and then let's not worry too much about making it perfect, because just as long as it is correct, just go ahead and write it down. Delete the star and letter just before it. Okay, so after that, continue this process. What do I mean by continue the process? Where should we start again? So before deleting, right, we know what we deleted. These two we deleted. So that means we start not from LEE again, but rather from E. So before continuing the process, I want to just elaborate what I'm doing here. So assign the entire new string to a new variable and assign, let's say what happens, assign the iter index to the previous index of the deleted non-star letter. So just try to elaborate it as much as possible here and continue the process till the last index is reached. So this is brute force, and I'm very much interested to see what the time, the time execution time for this solution would be. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get the solution quickly from ChatGPT. We have written down the entire logic here, right? So let me just write down the first part, given a string S which has star and, let me just write down star and non-star characters. I think this is good enough now. ChatGPT, give me a code in JavaScript for the viewer. I should have rather told give me a function, but anyway, okay. There it is. So let me copy this and paste it here. Where is it? Okay. And then let's just quickly format it. Right, so what is happening? So, well, I should have told it that the JavaScript here is not using let but rather var. So this is sort of a new construct. Does this run? I'll just verify if this runs. Maybe it doesn't know what this is. Okay, it does know. Okay, that's good enough then. So let I equal to 0. So that is where we start. That's the index of the string. And then string is considered to be s. Okay, let's see whether we need it. So while the string length is lesser than the index, so the maximum index for a string of length 10 would be 9. So as long as this is lesser than the length, what do? Is it same as what we have written here? So if the string encounters a star, and so it already did a check, edge case check here. So if I is greater than 0, so that means the first character is never a star. That's what is told to us, that the input will be such that the operation is always possible. So we will always have a non-star character to the left. So that way, when we have taken care, and we have also taken care here that we can subtract I minus 1. So string dot slice 0 I minus 1. So what's going on? So I see, is this what I asked? So it is considering the entire string from 0 to I minus 1. I minus 1 is not included, I think, in the slice operation. We can always look at JavaScript documentation or confirm with ChatGPT. No issues there, but yeah, from here, and then it considers, so in this case, so if I is equal to 3, I minus 1 is 2. I'm sorry, I will be the same as the star. So I is equal to 4, then I minus 1 would be here, which is not included. So this much would be included here, plus everything after I plus 1. So this part will be included and added to star. And then, so move the index to the previous character before the deleted one. So if I minus 2 is a negative value, then this will make sure that I is equal to 0. Otherwise, it will be the same value. Okay, so if star is at the beginning, just remove it. So it considered an edge case, but this is not possible based on the requirement provided. So I'll just remove this else scenario. What else? So if star is not encountered, just go ahead. Yeah, I think rest of it looks good. So we will just run it once. Okay, that looks good. And since we already have the logic written here, I will remove this comments. Remove this comment. Then just submit it. So we'll see that the length is 10 to the power 5. Okay. You see, this is as expected. The time limit exceeded. Can you tell me why that is the case? So think about it. Look at this string. It's too long. I think the maximum was 10 to the power 5. I don't know how long this is. We can definitely write a quick code to check that. But anyway, we can use the test case too, right? So case 3 is added. So next time when we do the actual proper solution, we will be able to figure out and make sure that this test case is passing. Think about it. Why did this fail? How much time did it take, right? See you in the next session. Hope you had fun. Thank you.